Well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to tonight's broadcast of the Elite Championship Racing Truck Series. Tonight's broadcast is presented by the Rug Rack, and it is a Truck Series practice at Daytona daytime. So let's begin with the intro.
The Rug Rack and Home Decor, where knowledge and quality matter.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's broadcast. In the booth tonight, I have the Reverend Josh Sheets.
Thank you so much, Scott. This is going to be a wonderful, wonderful race.
They are getting ready to do a driver's meeting, so he will be in this booth shortly after that. Josh, what are you expected tonight out of this practice race? I heard that the Unlimited Series last night ran really, really well.
Yeah, it's just as good as going pretty much caution-free. They had their competition caution, and then there was a caution at the end of the race, which consequentially ended the race, sad to say, but it was ECR at its finest.
Well, that is great. I hope to see that here tonight. So, I have the results here so far in this practice with about 7 and a little over 7 minutes left. And it looks like Douglas Hess is leading the pack with a 45.86 seconds. With Jai Hatterack close, really close to him. You think these numbers, you think with this top 10 right now, it's going to be close in the qualifying?
Absolutely not. These are pack numbers we are seeing. There's going to be a complete different person up top, I believe. Not saying anything wrong with these guys' skill or strength in the motor. Just when you're pack racing, pretty much anybody can be fast.
Right, true, yeah, because you got to figure they're all drafting off each other, and with the new side drafting, it's, that plays a role itself. And it looks like we have a possibility of 40 people here tonight. We do have 40 people. It looks like Joey Stats is rounding out the 40th spot.
Yeah, so great field here with a great turnout for Truck Series here. I'm thinking here, there, Scott, this is the final practice race before the season kicks off. So everybody's got to get the fine tuning they need tonight because next week, I believe, or the week after, we go points racing. So they're going to have to get everything dialed in tonight before the season starts so they can have a great momentum into the 2016 season.
That's right. Their season begins in 2 weeks. It's going to start off on the 22nd with their Cup Series, I do believe, and then the Xfinity on Tuesday, and then the Truck on Wednesday.
Excuse me. Yes, sir. I think it's the Xfinity on the Monday, the Cup Tuesday, and the Trucks Wednesday.
It might be that way. That's right. That's right. I may have got it mixed up. I'm sorry about that. And I'd like to welcome Anthony Thitchner into the broadcast booth tonight. He's going to join me and Josh.
Hey there, fellas. I was just checking out the broadcast and the overlays there, man. It's looking really good, looking really good. I was listening in there, and trying to catch a little bit of that drivers meeting. This will in fact be um, probably our last real big practice, but I mean we'll have one more next week. We don't start until February 24th, so we do have all of next week to get as much practice in. But as far as trucks goes, probably next Wednesday is going to be that last chance to get everything final and done. So, it's going to be interesting to see what tonight's going to bring because there's not much time for improvements.
No, there isn't. It's really crunch time for these guys, considering begins in 2 weeks. I mean, to start off, on the 24th with the Truck Series, these guys really got to get their setups down.
It's also great to have El Presidente in this room here to correct us when we are wrong.
It's a long season, man. It's a long season. It's a part of the fun is learning the system, learning everything, and enjoy being in these booths with you guys, man. It's fun sitting back watching these guys. No worries. Being a fan myself, I'm a fan. I sit back and I watch, and I'm just amazed at some of the racing that goes on here, man. I love it. I love all the racing. Can't wait to watch these guys. I don't run Wednesday nights, so I'll probably be sitting back watching a lot of these races and maybe helping out with race control. All right, Rev, are you actually running in the trucks this year?
Right now I do have a truck ride. I am currently looking for someone to run it for me, but if no one is running it, I'm gonna have to pull double duty and sometimes I'll be unfortunate and wreck, and he'll pull me up in here, I believe.
10-4. Hopefully that doesn't happen, man. I'd hate to see that.
Yeah, I got a few sub drivers lined up, and there's one guy I'm trying to talk into running full time for me. So hopefully it'll work out. We still have 2 weeks to get everything dialed in.
It's a hell of a field out there tonight, I'll tell you. There's a lot of drivers. You got a mixed field here. You see Truck Series drivers. We got Xfinity Series drivers. There's Cup Series drivers. The whole league mixed here is good field here tonight, so it should be some good, clean, fun racing. I was watching a little bit there in practice and saw a few accidents and how the draft's going to work. I was a part of the Unlimited last night. It was fun, man. I know you guys weren't able to be a part of that, but it really was something special to be a part of a 75 lap race, green flag race, and the caution didn't come out until lap 70. Green flag pit stops and them Cup cars, man, they're hell out there. I mean, it's just you're trying to keep up in the draft. So it'll be interesting to see how these trucks work out here tonight, especially with the 20-minute timer on the clock, which I will be running the timer here. So if it happens, we'll be letting them know and we'll pull a caution out.
Well, with only being 70 laps, I think these guys might use it, they might not. I mean, it really depends on how they run their lines tonight.
One thing we might want to consider is there are some guys here that are rookies and not used to the pressures of the 20-minute time clock. Of course, it is 70 laps, so there might be some of them wanting to get up to the front very, very early, and that might play a role in this first couple of laps here.
Yes, that definitely might. Ladies and gentlemen, Trading Paints is giving me issues here real quick. I'm going to go ahead and reload it.
Yeah, they're going to be starting qualifying here in about 40 seconds. So you're going to see a lot of guys out here. It is the one lap qualifying. So hopefully it goes by pretty quick here. They do have 10 minutes to put one lap down. So maybe we can take that time to get a few guys out here and see maybe what their strategy is about.
Yeah, definitely the big contenders here tonight. We definitely want to get them in here and see what the strategies might be, what they're running, what they plan on, pulling off or trying to pull off amongst this huge group.
My strategy when it's a one lap fire, because you got that warm up lap, so I usually run around that outside wall, gain up as much speed as I can, and as I'm coming through the trial, we'll get down to that yellow line and just make it the shortest way around I possibly can. So it'll be interesting to see who has that strategy and who just tries to get two quick laps. Usually if you're the fastest on lap one, you're one of the slowest on lap two, so we'll see what happens here.
Exactly. And it's looking like, a little over 30 people, almost 40 people running this tonight.
Yeah, if Joey showed up, it is going to be 40. And keep in mind, when the season starts, the field is cut at 32. So you will not see this big of a field out here at Daytona. So it's going to be really interesting to see how 40 cars works out.
Definitely. I'm looking at Chris Steele here, and as he's starting the qualifying time, and the ticker is currently saying Rob Hayes is at first, but there's no qualified time for that yet. So let's just watch Chris Steele here for a couple seconds, just to see how he does.
My strategy in these super speedway races, I tend to like to side draft the wall in the straightaways. To me, it feels like I have an advantage, but most of the time it's not. It's just pretty much a driver preference on the strategy he does in these qualifying laps.
Yeah, that'll be the fun part about it, is seeing the different strategies break down. You got guys who like to stay in the back, like myself. I've done it all week this week. I did it at the Xfinity race on Monday. Last night in the Unlimited, I stayed near the back when it was crunch time. We went forward. You gotta get past the wrecks. Wrecks are gonna happen. This is Daytona, especially in these trucks where they're really comfortable. They suck up really good, so it's real clean, fun drafting. And when that happens, people can be aggressive, and when people are aggressive, more accidents happen. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here. Especially with the 20-minute timer on the clock. You got 70 laps. This is actually the length of the race in 2 weeks for the Truck Series. It's going to be a 70-lap race, so it is a perfect example. I mean, it's a fixed setup. This is a fixed weather with the iRacing weather, and that's what they run all year long. So it's not going to be anything different.
No, and that's one of the major points that is great about your league, because you guys run realistic settings and realistic setups, and that's the way it should be. That's the way it's completely a simulation, and it's the way it should be done.
The whole fixed setup deal pretty much gives the control in the driver's hands. Most of the people that do open sets tend to have like people to do the hard work for them. Like myself, some tracks I cannot find a setup, and I get them from either a friend or whatever. And these fixed setups just pretty much gives the power back to the driver.
I think your daughter wants to commentate.
I do believe so.
It's fun, man, because you got 3 series. Each series provides something different in ECR, Elite Championship Racing. You have the Truck Series, which is brought to you by Rug Rack. We have a fixed series, and that is all fixed iRacing setups. The weather is fixed. And then you can move up to the Xfinity Series, which is also a fixed iRacing setup, but we use the real weather at the drop of the green flag. And then you have the Cup Series, which is open setups, and we use the real life weather at the drop of the green flag for the NASCAR races. So whenever they take the green flag, we record that weather, and that's the weather that we use in our league races, which makes it really interesting and makes it a lot more competitive. You have guys building setups all week long, thinking that it's going to be this weather, and then the weather changes last minute. Maybe you were thinking it was going to be sunny, and all of a sudden the rain comes in and it's overcast, and oh man, now you're really tight, and you don't know what to do. So them things happen. You'll see it throughout the season. That's where it gets really interesting.
Yeah, especially with them open setups. You guys will be able to run fast and run hard, and everybody will be different. There will be no one single setup that's the same.
I see Ronald James put his time in. Maybe we can grab him down here and see what his strategy is for tonight. He was one of the broadcasters last night for the Unlimited. You guys mind if I drag him down?
No, go right ahead.
Ronnie James, you got a copy? Oh, Mike's a little bit low there, Ronnie. We pulled you down here into the broadcast booth because we wanted to know, man, after watching last night and seeing them guys race, seeing the green flag racing, are you bringing over any strategy in tonight's truck race? And if so, what is it? What's going to help you get the best finish that you possibly can tonight? Looks like we have a little bit of technical difficulties here. Ronnie there? Ronnie?
Yeah, 10-4, I got a copy.
Ronald, we saw you last night in the Unlimited race. You doing the broadcast in there, and you watched them guys race, and you learned a little bit. Is there anything that you're going to carry over into tonight's race and use as maybe a strategy to help get you to the front tonight?
Yeah, 10-4. Last night there was a lot. What I did see was a lot of give and take. I'd like to think that I'm going to take from that demonstration of the ECR's pros last night. I think I learned a lot from their patience with each other. We had a really good green flag race last night. There were a lot of aggressive changes at the front there throughout the race that were, I mean, they were breathtaking, man. I saw a lot of talent last night, and I did notice that one of the things was holding your lines. And I'm still out here running laps as you're talking. So I'm out here practicing my lines right now. I don't want to be a little shaky out. I've been out of the car for 2 weeks, so just return back here and try to get as much practice as I can before the race, guys.
10-4, buddy. Do you guys have any questions for him?
No. I hope he has a good race. He's qualifying pretty high.
Well, thanks, guys. Like I said, I'm hoping to put on a good show tonight. I'm going to try to hold my lines. I'm going to try to stick it. I'm going to find a dancing partner, and hopefully we'll be able to, dance a 2 or 3-way tango with at least 2 guys out here tonight. We'll get something done. I'm looking at least the top 5 finish tonight.
All right, Ronald. Thanks, man. We appreciate your time.
Thank you. Have a good night, guys.
User was moved out of your channel.
He is currently 12th right now, and he wants to be in the top 5. I think that's a very good move for him, and it shouldn't take that long either.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting to see how things shake up, man. You never know what's going to happen in these races. It could go south really quick in a minute. Last night the Unlimited was one of those races that you could see there's guys starting in the back. They made their way towards the front, and one of them guys who made his way towards the front and came off with a win last night was Mr. Brian Wilderson, who is here tonight, so far qualifying in 6th place. Brian, are you there, buddy?
Hey, Anthony.
Congratulations on last night's ECR Unlimited win, man. We got you in the ECR booth here and wanted to talk to you a minute about what you took from last night, and if you're taking anything over into tonight's races, what the strategy might be to come off with another win here, maybe sweep the week.
I don't really know if anything's transferable. I think the draft here in the trucks is a whole lot different than it was in the cups last night. It seemed like the side draft was a lot different, and the way you need to handle your truck is going to be a lot different tonight than it was last night.
All right. Do you think the heat's going to play a big factor on this?
Yeah, these trucks are a little bit slick and they're sliding around. It's not going to be as smooth of pushing, and the trains aren't going to get lined up quite like they did last night. I think there's going to be a lot of guys jumping around on the track and a lot of bobbles and checking up, hard checkups in lanes, both the top and the bottom. You can get both lanes moving, but I think things are going to happen a lot faster tonight.
Is there any particular strategy you want to play out there, Brian?
Well, I'd like to stay up towards the front. I know a lot of guys hang back, but the best I can figure it, every time I try hanging towards the back, I get caught up in something. I think the safest spot's really towards the front, even though it's the most chaotic. I think that's your best chance.
Absolutely, man. There's only 2 strategies. It's 1, get to the front, or 2, wait in the back. You hang around the middle, and that's usually the worst idea, man. So good luck to you tonight there, Brian, and hopefully we see a good race out of it tonight, man. We can only hope for the best.
Thank you, Anthony.
That was Brian
User was
Wilderson,
moved
last
out of
night's
your channel.
ECR Cup Series Unlimited winner. It's going to be fun. Like I said, he said it himself. You know, he's going to try to get to the front and keep it up there, and that's hard to do in a fixed series. Last night he had a really great car. You had some guys who could just make their way to the front, and you just couldn't pass them because their cars were on a rail. But tonight, everybody has the same truck, so it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out.
Yes, yes, it is. Ladies and gentlemen, as these guys start to grade, if you please rise for our national anthem. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. And as you see, these guys are getting ready to pull out. They are still lined up, and they should be taking off here just in a few moments.
As I'm looking down this field, guys, who sticks out in your mind to be the one that brings home the victory tonight?
I myself, man, you can never count out one car of Josh Schweiker. He's starting out front in second place. He's got Ken Worley there next to him. These guys are teammates. Brian Wilson's not far back in the 13. But I mean, it's going to come down to aggression. It's going to come down to the guy who wants to win tonight. All them guys want to win. You can't count out Mark Ratcher in the 46. Can't count out anybody. This is Daytona. So my vote tonight, though, the guy who I think might pull off this win here is going to be the number 88 of Luis Almaso. He is in the back. I think he's going to play it safe, and hopefully he'll be there at the end.
I got my eye on Ken Worley as well, just because he's been a hot contender between all the different series in these practice runs.
My pick will be the number 65 of Justin Bland. He's had a hot streak going on in the off season here, and looking forward to see what he can do in this race.
Alright, and these guys are just rounding out corner number 4, and the pace car will be going in here just in a short moment.
Better pull them belts tight one more time, guys. Pace car's off. There's one spinning in the back, number 61. Not sure what happened there in the back.
He might have just had a really bad start, or he might have misshifted. I don't see what else could have gone wrong on that.
But we have Jeremy Rumi and Ken Worley working together on the bottom, and we have Chuck Harrell and John Schweikart up top. Brian Wilderson is going to be going up to the top and helping them two out. Now, will those three trucks handle that huge line on bottom as they are on top?
Let's hope so. There's only a 3-pack on top, and you've got about 10 behind them, 7 to 10. I mean, they're all trying to run single file between the two of them, but they're pushing on each other's bumpers really hard.
Yeah, that's the thing to note here, man, is you got the 3 on the outside, from John Schweikart back to Wilson. Them guys are holding tight. That's what's going to help you keep up your speed. The guy on the bottom here, 3 back, he is not on their tails, so he's actually slowing them down a little bit as you see the outside get a little bit faster here.
If they can try to get it closer together, they can get some of that side draft going on. That way they can try to pull each other along, but I think they're playing it safe right now, trying to keep as far away from each other to the side as possible.
Yeah, right now they need to feel each other out to see who's going to be can't control their cars, going in the corners, bouncing around. They don't want to get too close right now, but who knows? Somebody might get a little aggressive and try to push them on down the track.
And as we go into corner number 3 on lap 3 going into lap 4, you see all these guys are really close together, especially the top 10. They're running as a pretty deep pack.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys have caught it yet, but there is actually two groups split about a half a straightaway, almost a full straightaway here. You have the first group there, the top 14, and they have Brad Borer leading the way on the outside for the second group here. He just switched lanes to the inside, so you already have 2 different strategies going on right now with guys who are going to be aggressive. They want to stay near the front. Then you got the whole group back here that wants to kind of play it safe and see how things shake out.
I see that group here. They're quite the pack themselves. I wonder, if their strategy will play out in the end. We're only on lap 4 going into lap 5 here, so we've got quite a bit of race left, and I wonder if these guys will try to push up front.
To me, it doesn't look like much of a strategy back here. Look back here, the Joey Stats and 96 and the 91 truck. There's 3 wide just a few moments ago, so I don't know if that strategy is going to work out too well. They need to go single file, and hopefully they can catch the lead pack or something else, because the double file will not cut it.
I sure won't, man, and that's the one thing we learned last night in the Unlimited was if you want to catch guys, you have to stay behind each other, and you have to be on them. You have to push. Any kind of space will really slow you down, and just because you don't act like a group if you're not together. If you look at them guys in the front pack, they're all even. They're all evenly spaced apart. There's some good drafting going on. You see AJ Scarborough just moved down in the second pack. He's going to lead this pack right now, trying to get to the front pack, and now they're starting to realize, okay, we'll catch him if we get single file here, but we start racing each other, and they might just leave us in the dust.
Well, as we look at the blimp view here, you guys can see how big of a gap there is between this first and second pack. It is quite substantial, and I don't know if they're going to be able to catch up unless someone wrecks up front. I mean, I don't know why they're back so far compared to the rest of the group.
They're probably hoping the front group will get racy and wreck, and it'll cause a caution to drag each of them back. Or it could be playing out in some of their pit strategies. You just never know.
Yeah, the one thing that's different in the truck series is you don't want to... There's going to be that 20-minute mark where the caution's going to come out. So I don't think you're going to see them get lapped. So maybe they're just thinking that because that first group is so big, those guys are all being aggressive, maybe we're going to see a wreck here tonight. And, the guys in the back, they're all hoping something happens, and they'll pick up a few positions by playing it safe. But that front pack is pretty much keeping it simple. They're all staying in line. You got 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 and so on. I mean, it's just simple racing. They're trying to cut laps down, and that's smart. That's smart racing.
Yes, it is, and it looks like up front here, John Schweikart and Ken Worley are battling out between first and second. It seems like that high line is definitely getting that bigger push. And they cross over, putting the number 99 right in third place.
Yeah, Chuck Harrell came low here. He's going to lead the inside line, coming low on, I believe that's the one of John Schweikart.
That was a great move by Chuck Harrell, getting John Schweikart ahead just enough to where he can go down to the bottom, get underneath him, and now he takes the lead.
He's got Ken Worley pushing him with John Schweikart and Brian Wilson on the outside there working together. So right now you see it's just the two guys on the outside working together trying to move forward, and the two guys on the inside while everybody else is just pretty much in line, seeing what's going to happen, playing it safe.
See, this is some good racing right here. These guys are all trying to work together, trying to, be, good drivers of one another, and, just trying to push it through. We're on lap 9, and these guys have pretty much kept the same positions for these first 9 laps here, and there's really been no movement, and these guys are all pretty much just playing it safe.
Yeah, there's a lot of respect and patience being played out in this first group, and it's pretty much still safe, but yet still exciting.
Very, just like that with the number 13 moving into first. Wow, that was very unexpected of that.
Got one on the wall outside here. Everybody's going to try to do the best they can to stay low. We got Ronald James in the 35th position. In the wall again, he just kind of can't keep it off the wall here, so it's very dangerous for these guys who are too wide right now. Ronald's just going to try to do the best he can to keep it high and off of everybody.
Yeah, I think he might have slowed the 68 down, because now the 68's trying to pass him. I don't know what's been happening. I don't know if he just hasn't been keeping a good line. I know the rear end of his truck is pretty stove up.
The truck series is interesting because that guy who's in last place, if he doesn't get it together right away when you start the grid, you're going to lose the pack really quick. And I think that's what happened at the start there was he just didn't get a good restart, and nobody to draft with. You're back there by yourself, and guys will lose you quick. And as you see it here, lap 11, he's a lap down car already. So hopefully, he's in his hopes anyway, something's going to happen here and he can get his lap back. There's still plenty of racing to go. Still anything can happen. It's anybody's game.
Back here at 32nd, 33rd, and 34th, you have Kurt Quist, Joey Stats, Todd McDuffie. They are far away from the second pack. I'm thinking something happened there which caused Ronald James to get off pace, because all these guys are far away from the lead draft.
They could have gone 3 wide at one point and might have thrown them off a little bit with their lines, and could have caused a little bit of slowdown, checking up too quick. That would be the thing I would think of.
And Joey Stats and Tom McDuffie's going side by side all the way around, and they just got to know real quick that it's not the fastest way around.
Talking to Todd McDuffie in the number 3 truck there, his pit crew has said that they got into a little scuffle with one of the drivers, got a little bit of left rear damage there, and when that happens, you kind of just got to play it safe and be patient, get it fixed when you can, and know that it's not over yet. Anything can happen. But these guys racing each other back here, you don't want to see that. It looks like we got a wreck.
I didn't quite see who that was. I thought that might have been Ken Worley. We got someone going across the bottom here. Got hit on the outside.
Yeah, if you come in on the 03 of Ken Ron, he got a little bit loose there. It was really scary for the guys around him. He got into the wall. Everybody did a really great job of getting around him, being patient, and Ken Ron did a really great job of keeping in the wall and off of everybody, so there will be no caution.
Well, as long as these guys can, keep up what they're doing, there shouldn't be hardly any cautions here tonight, and as long as they're able to keep it together. So you can see now the pack up front is a lot smaller than it was about 5 laps ago, and the leaders have changed quite a bit.
It's interesting, I don't know if you caught it there, the number 7 of Chuck Harrell, who was leading the race a little bit ago, got a little bit loose through the trial over there and caught himself. He saved it, but he got under the yellow line, had to let the whole pack go and come up back onto the track there. Lost it again. He's now lost a ton of positions here. He's currently sitting in 19th.
Unfortunately, I didn't catch it, but I was able to see him being slow at the end of the pack figured that's what happened, that he got very loose and he just had to drop back.
Back at the front, Josh Witherspoon has took first place, being pushed by Brian Wilson, and John Schweikart is getting a push on the top.
Man, that outside line, they're really pushing that outside line tonight, trying their best to try to get ahead, and it seems like maybe that outside line may be the way to go tonight. I mean, depends on how close they can run their pack and run the draft, but that may work out for the best of them.
Wilson moves up top, hoping Schweikart can give him a push to the lead, and he does.
Boys are coming up onto the lap cars right now. Todd McDuffie. I believe it's Todd McDuffie and what was it, Joey Stats. Yeah, they're going to stay high here, and you'll see the whole lead pack here come up under them.
Ooh, that's really close racing right there. You know, they're trying to keep as high as they can, allowing this lead pack to go around. You know, and that's respect right there. You know, allowing these guys to do that without blocking and, you know, trying to take them out. Or even being in the way. You know, they know they're about to be lapped. You know, why cause any incidents?
Exactly. The best thing you can do is try to stay out of the way right now. Let this happen.
71, Kenny Paul's in the wall, right in front of Todd McDuffie and Joey Stats, and Todd McDuffie gets into the wall. It is just not Todd McDuffie's day.
It looks like he's running about 33rd right now. And he's slowly losing the pack.
Well, my pick, the 88 of Luis there, never took the green flag, so I might have to go back on that one, huh?
Might just have to.
You got John Schweikart and Brian Wilderson right now up front. Them guys, I tell you, they're fast in setups and they're fast in picks, and they like to be out front. As Brian Wilderson here told us in the pre-race little meeting there in the interview, he said that he wants to be near the front. I mean, you can't get more towards the front than that.
No, you can't. They are still having a battle. You know, we're on lap 18, and these guys are really pushing hard for first and second. You know, they want this win bad, but you know they still got quite a few laps to go tonight, and you know they're passing lead cars. You know, and that's going to play a factor because these the lap cars, I should say, passing lap cars. You know, and that's going to be a factor because they're going to have to push closer together, or else there's going to be some serious stuff happening.
Doug has to keep it high here. Right now, you really see the differences when you're out there by yourself and when you're in a pack that they're like a speeding bullet going by you.
That is most definite. You know, he's trying to get the lap car is trying to get that push, but I'm not quite sure if he's just gonna allow these guys to go by or if he's gonna try to run back up.
Yeah, Anthony can agree with me on this one. If you're drafting up top, or you're in the pack, and you're following close to the guy in front of you, and all of a sudden there's a lap car on the outside, that is some adrenaline pumping moment that you have there as a driver.
It's scary anytime you're three wide, but when you're three wide at Daytona, there is no room for error. Everybody has to just maintain, you know, those few seconds of chill, and you just chill. That's it. Hold your line. Don't do anything crazy, and just chill. You don't want to do anything crazy and, you know, shake your wheel a little bit and ruin everybody's day, for sure. Talladega, you'll see three wide a little bit more, but Daytona, the only time you really see three wide is when it's, like you just saw here, double file cars going by lap cars.
Right, yeah. Talladega is definitely the wider track and a much higher banked and faster track to be able to run three wide at. I was just watching Tony DeGennaro got a little loose coming out of corner number 3 on that last lap. Did a little bumping, but he managed to save it.
See a little bit of checking up here. These guys are having to check up a lot. Everybody's just trying to get to the front now. They realize time is starting to run out. Even though we still have a long race to go, they really have to realize you can't get too aggressive here. I know that they want to get to the front. They want to try to make things happen, but you still have to understand it's only lap 21. There's plenty of racing to go.
And they coming up on Chris Steele on the outside. Chris Steele is 2 laps down at the 32nd spot. It gives them enough room.
You know, with 50 laps remaining, these guys are passing a lot of lapped cars now. You know, and these guys are going to go 2, 3, 4 laps down easily within the next probably 10, 15 laps, if there isn't a caution and a lucky dog.
I'll tell you, Josh and Scott, did you guys think for 1 second with 36 cars taking the field here that we would still be green flag on the lap 22?
From what I've seen in the past, no. But, you know, these guys in the last couple of weeks, they've really pushed themselves to be better and work with each other and know how each other, drives. And, that's what you really look for in a league. That's what should be in a league.
Yes, sir. After seeing all these incidents, I am very surprised we have not seen a caution, but everybody has kept their composure and kept it going straight. So it's a huge, huge improvement, and proud to be an ECR member on this.
And I'm definitely proud to be broadcasting this. This is really great racing. This is what racing is meant to be. Not a caution fest. A real hard pushing race, trying to gain positions. Not a lot of position changes, but people are drawing closer and closer together, trying for that position change.
Absolutely, man. It's a blessing to have all 3 series broadcasted this year. We got the Monday night Xfinity Series, Tuesday night Cup, and Wednesday night Trucks, and all 3 nights are broadcasted. Everybody in the world gets to see what ECR racing is all about, man. I mean, we pride ourselves on stuff like this. This is what it's all about. These are the expectations, and when you see racing like this, it just makes you really, really happy to be a part of it.
We got Ken Ron in the 27th place, going a lap down. His tough day for him.
And there's a pack back here that starts about 17th position with George Munger. There's a much smaller pack than there was earlier. I do believe these guys might be a lap down, if not are going to be a lap down. And it seems like they are running just a little bit slower than the front pack. I mean, there's still a good pack of them drafting together, but it just doesn't seem to be enough to be fast enough.
You got to look here. 1, 2, 3 on the outside. You got Brian Willis and John Schweikart and Ken Worley. Them boys are teammates, man. I told you they'll be working. Once they get all 3 cleared here, they're going to see them drop on down in front of Justin Bland.
And then number 1 literally is almost inside of 13's bumper, trying to give him the push enough just to get ahead of this pack. But the bottom line here is dropping back just a hair in the number 20.
Oh, John Schweikart gets him run on the 13, and he goes underneath. I think he's going to slide up in front of him. That he is.
Interesting. This is interesting strategy right here, how they just did a switch. They didn't lose positions, and they're able to maintain 1, 2, 3 on the outside and make it work. This is something to take note here, and that's something. I mean, I haven't seen that.
That really is some interesting racing, considering what they just did. You don't see that. They may be teammates, but it's just something you don't see a whole lot. It looks like the 20 is trying to push. Mark Vega is trying to push into first on that bottom line with the number 65 tailing him.
There is a caution. Guys, we had the caution clock came out for the first time in ECR history. Right there. That was the first time all off season that we were able to hit the clock. Amazing. Green flag racing.
Now that this clock has came into effect, will we see someone from that back pack sneak up and take this from these guys?
Really, it's really going to depend on their pit strategy. What they plan on doing It's quite possible. I mean, there's still 44 laps remaining, and if it depends on who takes fresh set of tires, if they only take two on the outside, or it's really gonna be a factor.
To me, if I was in the middle of the pack, I might want to stay out. But with these hot temperatures, it'll be slipping and sliding. It'll be a gamble, but it could pay off to for the track position.
Exactly. Anthony, if you want to pull John or Brian down in here, have a few words with them, see how they're running their strategy.
Well, we got Brian Wilderson and John Schweikart down here in the booth. Brian, you're not doing anything different than what you said you were going to do there in the pre-race meeting, man. You wanted to get to the front. You wanted to make things happen, and I predicted I'd see you two work together and make something happen. You guys had Ken Worley working with you. I seen a switch on the outside there. It's one of the first times I ever seen that happen on the outside. Talk about that move and how the race has been so far.
The race has been an absolute blast. It's kind of fun. I think we may have figured something out on the outside. I don't know if we've showed our hand, but this is a lot of damn fun, and I can't believe we've stayed green. It just goes to show that it's time for the season to get ready to start. It's time to ramp it up and start getting serious. It's a lot of fun.
It looks like a lot of fun. It looks like you guys are really doing a great job working together out there.
Brian, I seen in the pre-race there, you said you wanted to get to the front. It could happen, man. How hard was it to get around all that? What are you feeling right now?
Well, I was feeling good out front. I got my work cut out for me now. I had a team speak issue I had to take care of, and I just lost about, 15 spots or so. I'm not sure where I'm sitting. I come out towards the back of the pack, though.
It's looking right now you might be in 13th. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, I had my team speak was muted, and teammates were talking to me. So that whole time I wasn't in any kind of communication. So I guess we ran pretty well for not being able to talk to each other.
Maybe we've ran together a few times, huh, over the years? I do got a question for you guys up in the booth. Were you guys anticipating the outside line to be doing anything in this race, as hot as it is?
I wondered about that right off the rip. I seen a few guys up front, you yourself, John, and I seen three of you guys was up front, but compared to everybody else on bottom, and you guys were holding your own, showing some muscle.
Yeah, the one thing I've noticed and seen is that if you're on the outside or the inside, you can make it work as long as you guys are tight and you don't have much space in between them. So you guys were running really tight. You were pushing each other, keeping it real tight in single file. And them guys on the bottom would just had like 4 to 5 feet in between each driver. So they weren't really pushing each other or making anything happen. But no matter what line we saw tonight, you can make a line work. It's just you have to be really tight, and you guys just showed it there that if you're going to work together, do it and push forward, and you can definitely make it happen on the outside.
Yeah, the track temp, I think, is like somewhere around 111 degrees, which is really hot, and I was just banking on the fact that outside line would come in with these trucks. You know how much of a hole they punch in the air. So when you're up high like that, it's less radius on them tires. So I was just committed to staying up high no matter what. Even if somebody pushed us out in the front and they duck down, whatever, I'll fall back, stay outside. And, they're toward the end of that run. Now that we have the 20-minute thing, I mean, it was really doing good. It's a little looser, but you're not got all that wheel cranked in on the bottom all the time. So I'm hoping that's a good idea. I don't know, time will tell, but it seemed like it at the time.
Yeah, I was kind of feeling the same thing there. Towards the end of the run, the truck was starting to get pretty loose, but it felt like it handled better up on the top side, and you could keep it held pretty wide open. The handling started going away enough where I think the bottom side became a little bit of an issue, trying to keep the trucks tight. I think the top side might come in pretty well towards the end of a run. The bottom side might still be predominant towards the beginning of the run.
Yeah, I seen both of you guys. You came in 1-2. You're coming out in 5th and 13th. So I don't know what Nathan Millard and Josh Schusse did. Those guys are teammates. I don't know if they took 2 or stayed out or what happened, but it's going to be interesting to see you guys get back together and get to the front.
Well, we still got a long way to go. I'm sure you're as happy as anybody else, but I mean that was a green flag run till the 20-minute clock, so that's impressive, and just goes to show, what kind of work you admins have done over the off season, and kind of tightened up the reins a little bit here going into the season. That, yeah, preseason was a lot of fun, kind of screwing around, blow off some steam, but hey, it's time to get our act together,
I definitely see that tonight, man. And the admins can put in all the work they want, but at the end of the day, it's on the drivers, and it's on the drivers to make it happen. So you guys are doing a hell of a job, man. Keep it up.
ECR strong, ECR family. Let's go have some fun.
That was John Schweikart, Brian Wilderson in the booth, and they're going to continue to work together and try to make their way to the front.
I'm kind of glad that caution flag went out, because it's time to take a breather. But here we go, back green.
Yeah, you don't get much time in them cautions. I mean, when that caution comes out sometimes in races like this, and I'm sure these guys are feeling it, you get a chance to breathe, sit back, relax, maybe stretch a little bit, and we're going right back green to it.
Kind of curious on how this strategy is going to play out with Nathan Miller and Joshua Susie, but as the pace car veers off, here we go back to green flag racing. Almost made a mistake on Nathan Miller's part.
Yeah, it looks like he got away a little bit, got a little loose, but he dropped right back in front of Joshua Susie.
But they got just far enough from the field so they can get a run on them, and I believe Martin Vega and John Schweikart's going to work on the top line and go right around them.
As I was saying earlier in the race, it looks like that top line really is the place to be tonight. Usually you would think the top line would be slower, but if you got the right running buddy and the right draft, you can make it work.
Yeah, you see John's hooking up with Mark there. He's pushing him hard, and then you guys are going to only go forward. That's it. They're going to stay hooked up and hopefully get around these two on the inside. But you see the inside two cars, man, it's neck and neck. This is a drag race happening right here, fellas.
Seems Nathan Miller and Josh Susie is hanging in there, showing some muscle here in the early going.
I'm actually seeing more guys come to the outside than going to the inside. Rob Haynes in 68, a couple rows back there, just came in behind Ken Worley, and they're going to make this outside work.
I think
we got the big wide action.
Oh! I think Schweikart and Wilderson showed the field something, and that was probably a mistake on their part.
And the 3 wide was something you were saying earlier you really do not want to see here. It can cause a lot of issues. Unless you know where your running partners are, you want to try to stay 2 wide the entire time.
Been under green for 2, maybe 3 laps, and Brian Wilson done worked his way back up to 8th place, so he is working his way back up to the front.
Yeah, he's slowly making it back, well, actually quickly making it back up there. He's right behind Ken Worley, now in 7th position.
Mark Vega and Nathan Miller are just swapping back and forth. It's just depending on who's got the most muscle.
And that's crazy to see here after the, first 20-25 laps here, with John Schweikart pretty much leading, the whole change of leadership just from that one pit stop. It's just interesting to see how that happens.
They're coming up on lap traffic again. You see Brian Wilderson up all the way up to 7th from 13th. He's already gained quite a few positions here. Coming to the stripe this time, you're going to see Nathan Miller lead it. Mark Vega on the outside with Josh Susie pushing Nathan and John pushing Mark. And you got Jeremy Rubin just moved into the top 5.
Definitely a lot of position changes going on now. These guys, I think these guys know how they want to run. They're running a lot tighter pack than they were about 10 laps ago prior to the caution. And I think their strategies might be playing out whatever they were in the back of the pack.
Sitting here looking, guys, the group has not separated at all this time, so they probably learned their lesson from before. It goes all the way back to Johnny Smith in the 75, Joey Stats in 96. That's a 23rd spot. Then back to Robert O'Neill in 24th. He has lost the lead draft, and hopefully he can catch a break.
And it looks like you got Ken Moran and Kurt Quist back here with a pack of 5 cars and running 26th and 27th.
Yeah, they say cautions breed cautions, but I think tonight everybody's, really heeded the warning and really took it in last night and how everything happened. Really respecting each other a lot. We've been practicing 6 out of 7 days a week, all off season. As you see right here, man, you put time into something, you start to see the effect. And I'm just really proud right now, as a league president, to sit back and just watch all this great racing going on. I mean, this is Daytona. You have over a max field right now for the Truck Series, and we didn't have one single caution by a wreck. I mean, it came out because it had to with the timer there, and that's going to happen all off-season. You can only hope that the only caution that comes out is because of the timer. Just some really great racing here. I expected this, but, man, these guys are just exceeding expectations right now.
You had the crew saying earlier in the season, or not in the season, earlier in the preseason, that they honestly didn't think the caution timer was going to play a role. But the way these guys are running tonight really proves something here that, over the past month, they have really worked together to work well with each other. And, that I do believe, you said it yourself, that caution timer will play a role, especially in these big races like this, these big super speedways.
Yeah, I believe you guys in Cup Unlimited last night set a bar so high, and these guys are trying to meet that expectation, and I believe they are meeting it as of right now. And this is some great, close quarter panel to quarter panel racing. It's just awesome.
In the wall, George Munger with the 56 now. He's back in 21st, or actually back to 28th now because of that wreck. He's way off.
75, Johnny Smith spins.
Johnny Smith.
Looks like he's going to get away with it without a caution. Huge time he lost. There's the caution. Oh! Tony Diamond Tenney, he hit Johnny Smith as Johnny Smith was trying to get back onto the track.
Let's see if we can see what happened here. I got the rest of that incident, but let's see if we can see where he spun out.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, that is just something you do not do on the in any league racing. You do not come back onto the track after you have spinned around like that.
Yeah, it looks like Johnny Smith got, you shouldn't do that at all. It looks like Johnny Smith got under the apron and got loose. That's what happened. And then he tried to pull up in the traffic. And, yeah, that did not play well at all. That's one thing you got to know. Especially spinning out like that, he would have been better off just stopping, letting the rest of the pack go by and run that low line and try catching up.
Yeah, for those of you that's watching at home, that is not what ECR is about. That could have been a mistake on Johnny's part, but that's a lesson that needs to be learned and dealt with right off the bat, so no one else will do that.
Exactly, and wonder if I'm hoping everybody pits here, or at least the lead cars pit. They might not, but it'll be interesting to see who comes out of the pit road first.
Now here's a surprise, guys. Nathan Miller, Josh Susie still 1-2 after all that green flag run, and I don't believe they stopped to get fresh tires, which they probably will this time by, and it looks like they're going in. Yes, it is. Everybody looks like they're going in to get some fresh Goodyears. The number 9 of Terry Griffith looks like he is going to be staying out. AJ Scarborough is going to be staying out.
Oh, and it looks like John Schweikart got out of the pit first. He's going to be back leading this pack again. Or at least up near the front.
That's a great pit stop there from John Schweikart. Picked up 2 positions on that. I don't know what happened with Nathan Miller and Josh Susie, but they lost 3-4 positions on that pit stop. Now later in the season, we're going to have tracks where track position will be the key, which this one, there is an advantage to track position and there is not. You can be first to last in 2 laps if something happens, but you just never know at these plate races.
No, you don't. And we got about 30 laps remaining, going on 29 laps remaining. Do you think Josh Schweikart's going to pull this off?
He has a great chance, as much as anybody here on the lead lap.
Well, if he can get Brian Wilderson up there, I think either one of them might pull this off if they can get together again.
Brian Wilson is just 2 cars behind him, so he could possibly get there.
Let's go ahead and look at the results right now, see who's where, and see who's out or maybe out. And it looks like right now, John Schweikart's leading with Mark Bratcher, and Brian Wilderson, Nathan Miller, Joshua Susie, Mark Vega, Ken Worley, Jeremy Rubin, and Blake Freeman rounding out the top 10.
Yeah, iRacing had a little boo-boo there. There should have been a lucky dog there for the number 5 of AJ Scarborough, and iRacing ended up giving it to the 95. So you'll actually see 2 cars be given the wave around here. One by iRacing and one guy that was supposed to give it.
Yeah, unfortunately, sometimes iRacing forgets what it's doing, as we've seen in the past.
Now, the difference between a regular caution and a timed caution is under these cautions, which happened because of an incident out there on the track, we do have lucky dogs and wave arounds, and we do give an EOL to somebody at 2 to go. During a timed caution, there's obviously no EOL, there is no lucky dogs, and there is no wave around, so you definitely want to go in, pick, get you some fresh rubbers, and get back out there on the track.
Exactly, and let's go ahead and have a quick word from our sponsor.
The Rug Rack and Home Decor, where knowledge and quality matter.
Alright, that was a quick commercial from our sponsor, the Rug Rack. They will be sponsoring this entire truck broadcast this season, and if you guys would like any inquiries on them, the 800 number was left on the commercial itself, and they are located in Chattanooga.
No, I've been by there a few times since I live down that away, and never thought of stopping in there. But now that they're part of this league, I believe I'm going to go there and place an order.
We actually have a person running for them, not tonight, but I do believe he's in Xfinity or Cup. His name is Eric Driggins. He actually is affiliated with them, and they supply rugs and other items to different stores around the nation.
One interesting fact that was just brought up here by one of the admins is that we're now at lap 43, 7 laps until there's 20 to go. Remember, at 20 to go, we do not use the timer, so it could be green flag racing from here.
That would be quite a sight to see as we get ready to go back green flag racing. I hope we do go green all the way.
And it looks like Terry Griffey is going to lead the pack this time. I haven't seen Terry Griffey up front near this far, up near the front this much in pretty much all race. He's been, I think, in the top 10, but nothing this close.
Ooh, I think he had too good of a jump. That's probably going to hurt him. Oh, Wilderson and Schweikart did not get paired up quick enough, so that might have opened up the door for Justin Bland and Terry Griffey.
Well, it looks like they're paired up now, and they're trying to give that push, but that bottom line's pushing just as hard as that top line.
Mark Bratcher, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, Mark Bratcher, him and Justin Bland have the exact same color trucks, and it completely confused me. I'm sorry, guys. Wow.
Yeah, Justin Bland's not too far back. He's back there in 11th, 10th place there on the outside, so he's about 5 rows back on the outside. He's not too far back, looking forward to getting to the front there. Not a bad pick. I mean, he's been towards the front all night long.
Yeah, I'm just going to call them the green trucks.
Mark Bratcher's continuing to give him the push here up front. Terry's just holding out for the ride, but one thing you're going to have to do is push extremely hard in order to stop Brian Wilderson and John Schweikart on the outside. They now have Josh Susi pushing them as well, but he's not staying too tight. He's kind of ducking out for a little bit of air there, so it'll be interesting to see if maybe he's hot, what the deal is. But keep note that Ken Worley's right behind him, so if Ken Worley can stick his nose in there, it'll be interesting to see if he goes for it and then tries to get up there with his teammates on the outside.
Another footnote, guys, Terry Griffey did not stop for the fresh tires, so he has a few more laps on these tires than the rest of the field, so that might play a factor in the later going.
Be interesting to see if he can make it to the end on gas.
That's true. Oh, the 40 truck going to the middle. Wow, 3 wide for second, for third.
Nathan Miller, and then you see his teammate right behind him, Josh Susi, the truck owner, is going to push his boy to the front, and they're going to take over the outside here as John Schweikart and Brian Wilson fall in line.
As you guys seen, these two trucks were the leading trucks when the caution came out, and they're probably wanting back up to the front. Ooh, 3 wide again.
Oh, it's getting a little bumpy there with the 3 wide. This track's hot, and it's these guys are running really hard. And you got 3 wide again with a 20, the 1, and the number 40.
I believe patience is starting to run out with these guys, and they're getting a little irritated. They're wanting to get up front right in here, right now.
They've got 23 laps remaining, and about 3 laps, the caution clock will go off, and we will not see another caution clock for the rest of this race.
Mark Bratcher gets the lead, and he gets up top in front of John Schweikart, and getting the push from him.
He's another one to watch out for this season. He's shown himself worthy in the last couple of races that I've seen myself that may have not been broadcasted, and He's made quite a run for himself also in the Winter Challenge Series. John Schweikart's right on his tail, though. He wants that number 1 position back so bad.
Yeah, I'm actually majorly surprised that an accident happened because of that move. I mean, it was really ballsy to do, with 20 to go here. Actually surprised an accident didn't happen, but as I said, in order to win at Daytona here, you have to be aggressive, and you have two of the most aggressive guys in the league, in John Schweikart and Mark Bratcher, right out here on the outside, up front. You got to be aggressive to be near the front at Daytona.
Exactly, and it looks like a little bit of that aggressiveness is working for that bottom line. You got the 920. Oh, we got a caution.
Oh, Douglas Hess hitting the inside wall here.
Looks like AJ Scarborough got a piece of it as well.
See if I can find the replay for you guys. Yeah, it looks like he got into the number 5, and the number 5 spinning right out of control, and 31 into the bottom side of the wall. 5 really got the brunt of it, though.
Now, with Terry Griffey staying out, does he go in and get fresh rubbers and fuel, or does he chance it and stay out and stay in the lead? Most likely the field will probably do the complete opposite of what Terry does.
Let's hope he goes in. That way he does not run out of fuel, because that would be a shame to see him running in first spot for these last couple of laps and then all of a sudden run out of fuel and have to give up the entire race.
Yeah, I don't know if they caught it on the track there. There's 2 to 3 cars that went through the 81 there, like he just didn't exist. He just ghosted, and seen a couple of them just go right through him.
Yeah, I caught that myself. I seen him blink out, then all of a sudden he drove through of a few guys, so that could have been the distraction that some guys had to cause that accident.
Yeah, iRacing servers are a little iffy sometimes, and sometimes really mess with other people's connections. We try to run together with all roughly this very good connection, but sometimes it's just impossible to do.
Looks like we got quite a few guys staying out, and Terry Griffey one of them, so this might be a gutsy call from that 9 truck.
Looks like the EOL's going to be given to the 31 of Douglas Hess there in the back. He just, like I said earlier, just failed to check up there and got into the guys in front of him. And that's the thing about Daytona is all of a sudden you could be going really fast, and you come up real fast on the guys in front of you, and you have to check up. And if you don't, you go right through them, and accidents happen. So, what a night for Doug Hess, though. He tried to keep it alive and just wasn't able to make it happen.
And we're coming up on 18 to go, so I don't think he's going to have enough push to catch back up. It has been some really great racing here tonight, though. Just coming down to the end here with the cautions, but for the most part, we've had complete green flag racing. And it's really good to see that, especially in trucks at Daytona during the day. With the track temperatures as they are, these guys are really pushing their trucks hard and making sure they can run their line safely.
User joined your channel.
We have.
Bring the 81 down here. Maybe ask them what happened real quick before they go green.
Sure.
User was moved to your channel.
And we got Joshua Susi in the booth with us here right now, the number 81 that was up there battling for the lead, pushing his driver of Nathan Miller. Josh, what happened there, man? Exactly what happened there from your cockpit?
I'm not exactly sure. All I know is the one car went to jump underneath of me. I already had someone down there, so it felt like he was just trying to squeeze in the real estate that wasn't there. I don't know. I'll have to look at the replay afterwards, but tore up the left side. Maybe it wasn't so bad, so we'll see what happens. I hate to lose all this track position, but it is what it is.
Hey, man, there's still plenty of racing to go. Anything can happen. You still have a solid car, so yeah, we appreciate your time here, man, and hope the best for you. You guys got anything for Josh? Just sending him back here before we go green.
It's been one heck of a race we've been watching with you up in the front of the pack. That is unfortunate that you've taken a little bit of damage, but with 17 laps here as we get ready to cross over the finish line, hopefully you'll be able to get back in at least the top 10.
Well, I appreciate it. I've tried to race smart and do a little bit of fun here and there, but it's the end of the race, so if you guys want to see a good time, keep an eye on me.
Yeah, he's going to be taking a restart in 23rd here with one to go before we hit the green.
And Josh, I noticed there was a lot of impatience going on in that last run. Do you feel that there's a lot of that going on up there in the front?
Not really all that much. The beginning of the race, everyone was content to just ride, and then we had that caution. Everyone got back together, and I think we were just trying to sort it all out and see how we compared to everyone else. And the whole reason why we put it in the middle was you had one guy, group on the bottom on the yellow, one group all the way up against the wall. They were leaving almost 2 truck lengths worth of real estate in the middle. It's like, well, why not go for it? At that point in time, there was plenty of space, and we just wanted to kind of shake out and see how we stacked up and try to build some strategy for the end of the race.
Well, good luck to you for the end of this race here, Josh. We'll let you go as you guys are heading into 3 here to take the green, man. Good luck.
All right, thank you, guys.
User was moved out of your channel.
We're going to have Terry Griffey and Mark Ratcher take us to the green here. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. You got the 20 car Mark Vega, and then John Schweikart to his outside is going to be pushing them leaders. I'd pay attention, see what happens here, because you got Jeremy Rubin in 3rd on the inside, Nathan Miller's right there, and 3rd on the outside. So here we go. It's going to get interesting, boys.
Yes, it is, and with the positions changing quite a bit since the beginning of the race, it's really going to be up in the air to see who actually brings home the winning position tonight.
Pace car is off. Here we go. Green flag. Ooh, too big of a jump for Terry. He's going to have to drag the brake or something. We're going to freight train him.
You don't want to do here. I mean, you want to get nice green runs at other tracks. See, there you go. He's going to jump to the outside. Mark Vega's going to take the outside and pick up Mark Ratcher. When you do that at Daytona, you leave room for people to leave you hanging. Other tracks, it's a good thing to do. Get a nice green restart there, get you a jump, maybe half a second. Daytona, you want to leave with everybody. Otherwise, this happens right here, and you end up losing the lead.
And look at there. There's that other green truck, Justin Bland. He moved himself up into 5th place.
We got the 2 green trucks together. What's going to happen?
They're going to make super green.
Going to be a lot of Incredible Hulk confusion going on.
It's all over now. Oh no! Got a huge wreck in the back. The 22 truck of Tony DeGennaro just loses it getting loose here. As he was getting pushed here by the 15 of Brad Borer, he just got loose and came down, and man, it was all ogre from there.
We got Chris Steele, guy we was watching earlier. We got Joey Stats. We got
Alright, let's see if I can find it here for you, wonderful people watching at home. Oh, wow. Yeah, number 22 of Tony DeGennaro got loose and went up to the wall, and that was it. That's all it took, and he's going to be out for the rest of this race. That was just an incredible wreck, and it looked about like 10 trucks got into that altogether.
Joshua Witherspoon was involved in that. Looks like his night's going to be over, and he's been doing good all night, staying out of trouble. You guys want to bring him down here and see what he thinks about the wreck and his thoughts?
oh yeah.
User was moved to
Yeah,
your
we got
channel.
Joshua Witherspoon, one of the rookies here in the truck series this year in the ECR. Josh, you've been doing good all night, man. We've been watching the race. It's been an exciting race to watch here, man. And that's Daytona, man. We seen you. You were playing it safe. You were up near the front at one point, working your way back to the front there, and a wreck happens in front of you, just completely unavoidable, man. I guess that's Daytona. What are your thoughts from here tonight? Have you learned anything? Take anything towards the coming weeks here? Maybe change something up different?
Hold my bladder a little bit better, I guess. It was pretty intense, pretty fun. It's just practice. It looks like something happened in front. I mean, I thought I made it through, and someone clipped me right in the back.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, man. I hate to see that happen to somebody who's just been trying to play it safe. You've been doing a great job out there tonight, man. We wanted to bring you down here and just, see what happened there. I mean, obviously there was nothing much you could do there, but we hate it for you. We hate it for you in the booth here tonight, and it's been a hell of a show, man. Like, what are your thoughts on the race itself here?
Yeah, it was pretty fun up in the front. It was getting pretty intense at some point, especially when the tire fell off right before the 20-minute caution. I was starting to wonder who was going to lose it first and take everybody out, because it was hot and slick.
A lot of us didn't think that you were going to see a timer hit at Daytona, especially. I mean, we had 36 trucks take the green flag there, and just to see you guys go green was so intense, man. We're just really proud of everybody here tonight.
Oh yeah, there at the end it was getting chippy. I started seeing 3 wide, and I knew something was going to happen sooner or later, so I wasn't trying to push the issue at first. Then I'm closing laps.
Yeah, that is very unfortunate for you tonight. That's you were running really good tonight too, but as we got down to the last bit of this race, something was bound to happen.
Oh yeah, I appreciate sticking with me there. It was a pretty good run. I was pretty happy. Hopefully next week goes a little, or a couple weeks goes a little bit better.
Yeah, man, we hate it for you. We appreciate your time here in the booth, man. Hope you enjoy the show, and we'll see you at the next one.
Yep, see you tomorrow night. Stick around and watch the race.
Awesome, buddy.
I'm already here.
User was moved out of your channel.
What?
That's the tough part. You see guys coming out here, they play it safe, and it's over in a blink of an eye, just like that.
What do you say we bring Terry Griffey down here?
I'll go ahead and grab him for you.
User was moved to your channel.
Terry Griffey, Josh up in the broadcast booth. How you doing?
Hey, pretty good, Josh. How you doing, buddy?
Doing wonderful, man. Hey, you're up front. You're battling. Your truck is very strong. You believe you're going to hold them off?
You know, Josh, I don't know. You know, track position is everything. That's why I didn't pit when everybody else pitted under a couple cautions ago. And I mean, the bottom line is definitely the line to hold. So if I can keep it down, we'll see what happens.
I see you got John Schweikart right behind you. He's had a strong truck all race long. Gonna be able to make that one final block at the end of it.
We'll see. You know, I'm going to drag the brake. I've been getting the last two restarts. I jumped out a little bit. I'm going to drag the brake a little bit and make sure that car on the outside, the car in third place don't have enough room to jump up on the outside. So we'll see what happens.
That was one of the things we mentioned in the broadcast earlier, is how you quickly got left out there, and the guy decided to come up on you, Mark Vega.
What are you guys seeing up in the broadcast? What's the best line?
Can't tell you.
Yeah, we don't want to give anything away there, but it's been some great racing, man. It really has been. So we will say that we'll agree with you there that you kind of jumped the gun there and you got left hanging. You know, super speedways, you kind of hope that the guy behind you knows when you're going to take off, and you guys take off together, because if you get a big jump, you know, you could be left hanging. So you just said it yourself that you kind of learned your lesson from that, and it'll be interesting to see how it goes from here.
Now, Terry, give me a little tip at the end of this race. You got enough gas?
Oh, yeah, gas ain't a problem, buddy.
That's good to hear. We was worried about that.
You guys are coming down the back.
Just got to see how wide I can make his truck.
We wish the best of luck to you, man. Make it a show, and good luck to you.
And I had when we were talking to him, I was having a look in the cockpit, and his windshield is covered. I don't understand how he can see anything out of that finishing up this race.
Just one of them things as a driver, you just got to overcome adversity, and that's going to be one of the things he's going to have to overcome, and that, and John Schweikart, and up to 21 others trying to get that top spot. So be interesting if he can keep those old tires in front of these guys. We'll find out here shortly as the pace car's getting ready to roll off.
Yeah, these trucks are covered in rubber. As you said, man, his windshield is just covered. He's got about 50 bugs on there. I don't know how he's seeing. Here they go.
And it's going to be a 10-lap shootout right to the end.
Jeremy Rubin looks like he got a better start this time behind Terry, but he still got that huge restart. Was much better. Jeremy Rubin got up to his back bumper a whole lot quicker.
Now, Jeremy Rubin's been running in the top 5, top 10 pretty much this entire race. For him to get up here in a third position is quite the feat.
Guys are wiggling it back and forth here, so it's going to be hard to try to keep a line going. You see the outside three there working real tough, working real straight. They're going to make a run. Got Justin Bland just moved to the outside here. Woo! He's going to make it interesting. That outside line's going to move.
Oh, I held my breath on that one. I can imagine what the guy behind him felt.
Probably needs a new pair of underwear.
Gotta change my Depends after this one. Back up to the front, looks like Terry's got a strong enough truck, and Jeremy Rubin is keeping him out front.
And you got John Schweikart trying to get that push from the outside, trying to get the position back that he's had pretty much this entire race. You know, and it's swapping between him and Terry Griffey.
Well, these guys in the back here, they just got to learn, if you're going to race each other, that's fine, but if you want to catch the guys ahead of you, you have to get single file. And they haven't learned yet, they're probably not going to, coming down to 7 to go here, but you know, it's unfortunate. Some guys just want to race for 20th and 19th instead of work together to try to catch these boys up here. You see them guys in a double file, they're pulling away, and you see that the backpack there, they're just going to keep continuing to pull back. They're not going to work together. As now you see, they all become single file.
You know, they're just gonna, over the season, they gotta learn to work together in order to progress themselves up to the front, or else they're gonna be in the back this entire season.
Oh, 57 is in the wall. 57 is in the wall. He's gonna go to the back. Christopher
I'm telling
Munger.
you, that is crazy right there to see that happen. You know, when you're on the inside of that and you see somebody getting the wall, you just hope they keep it there because if they come off and it hits you, man, it's over. It's all over from there.
And we got 7 laps remaining here, and it could be anyone's game.
Sitting here looking at Brian Wilderson, one of our favorites, and he's in 11th place. Looks like he has nowhere to go. He's just going to have to tuck in and hope he finishes well. He goes up to the top right behind Justin Bland. Oh, 3 wide. Oh, Wilson gets into the wall. Big crash. Big crash.
Gonna be a big one here.
Big crash, and that... Would that be it? Would that be the end of the race?
Well, they're gonna come across 65 here.
Oh, they're still wrecking.
66. Yeah, this is not over. This is not over. There should be at least 2 to go. It should be at least a green light checker.
Sadly, the story of 13 of Brian Wilson, his race is over.
That is unfortunate with 6 laps remaining, and he was running really good here tonight.
Yeah, that's Daytona. I mean, you never know what's going to happen there. You could just be holding your line. Brian was doing a great job, and he saw something happen in front of him, tried to come to the outside, hit the right rear quarter panel of Justin Bland, and just went straight into the wall.
Just that millisecond is a difference of a good line and in trouble. Now, gentlemen, do you pit? Or if you're in the back of the pack, do you pit or you just stay out and hopefully the guys in front pit?
I would stay out. I mean, they're going to be about 3 to go or 2 to go when they come to green. So I don't know if it's really going to make that much of a difference, especially since the positions up front really didn't change, minus Brian Wilderson. Anthony, being a racer yourself, what do you suggest? I mean, do you think the leader should pit, or should they stay out?
At this point, if you pit, you're going to give up positions because there's going to be somebody who's not going to pit. And I don't care if you have 50 lap tires on. At this point, if you're in the lead, you're pretty much sitting there in the lead. You're going to have to keep it because if you pit, you're going to give that lead up. And you never know if it's going to go to the checker. So the smartest thing you can do is just to maintain that lead, and if anything, hope that a caution happens before the checkered flag waves, and you're the winner that night. I mean, that's the safest way to play is just to stay out if you have the gas, of course, and hope that it ends early or just maintain the lead. Because again, it's really hard to pass here. As long as you're out front, you get a good restart. It could be yours.
I agree with Anthony. As you can see, Terry Griffey up here in front, he has not stopped past 3 cautions, and he's been staying up front, holding his own quite well, might I add. And as he said earlier up here in the booth, he has enough gas, so that is not an option. All he is doing right now is hanging on and praying.
We'll have another quick word from our sponsor here.
The Rug Rack and Home Decor, where knowledge and quality matter.
And again, that was the Rug Rack and Home Decor, located in Chattanooga. And with 4 laps remaining, they should be starting to double up coming when they go over the start-finish line.
Maybe we can grab Brian down here real quick. Really, bummer for him, man. He's been having a great race, so I'd like to talk to him if we could.
Oh yeah.
Most definitely.
Brian Wilson, man, tough break right there. We've seen you working your way towards the front again. Made a lane change there. Thought it was going to be the safe bet, and then they ended up checking up real hard. We saw you get into the 65, go into the wall, and it was all over from there. Really, just a bummer, man. What were your thoughts about tonight's race and maybe how it was all going to unfold there?
Yeah, I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to get back up there. I needed to get to the top lane, and a hole opened up, and I moved up. And just as I moved up into the top lane chucked up. And going back and looking at the replay, it looked like it was kind of an accordion effect where each driver had to check up harder and harder. And by the time it got back to me, I couldn't get checked up enough. I got into bland, and that shot me up into the wall, and chaos ensued behind me. So.
Yeah, you had a heck of a run here tonight, keeping right up at the front of the pack, running, in the top 3 pretty much all night. That's just, just an unfortunate thing that sometimes will happen here at Daytona.
Well, it's racing, and you're going to see that every time you come to Daytona. Somebody's got to get caught up in the wreck. So, I'm not upset about it or anything. It's race was good up to that point. Real tough competition, and guys started getting a little bit antsy there. About 25 to go and pushing 3 wide, and I guess trying to tell everybody it was on. So it's time to go.
I was just going to ask you about that, man. Everybody seemed so patient at the beginning. Everybody was holding their lines. You didn't see much 3 wide unless it was the lead cars lapping other cars. But this time around, getting towards the end here, you see a lot of guys just diving on each other and making it 3 wide and just, going for the gusto. What do you think is all part of that?
Well, it's contagious, One person does it, and then it's like, everybody else has got to do it too. It's like, if it's obviously gonna get you to the front, trying to make moves like that and going 3 wide. And I guess guys see somebody doing it to say, I'm gonna try that too because it's gonna get me to the front. So, before long, everybody's making really aggressive moves. It just
Oh, huge crash! Huge crash! Sorry. Jeremy Ruman turned right down into the Terry Griffey, and they took you out almost half the field.
Was they about to just go green there?
Yes, they were.
I get the green flag. They have not even crossed the stripe, and Jeremy Ruman turned down into the 9 truck.
Oh my God! I'm watching it now. Just Daytona. Wow.
Took out a number of trucks, and that's the end of the race.
Absolutely, man. That is unbelievable right there.
John Schweikart's going to walk away with the win.
Yeah, it looks like it got just about all of them.
Well, Brian, we hate it for you, man. I hate to see the race end like this. Of course, everybody does, but that's a part of Daytona, and we know you'll be back. Keep your head up high, man. We know you got competition in you, so we'll see you next week, I guess.
Yeah, we'll be back, and I'm sure everybody will be settled down until next week. This is still another practice race, so you're going to see guys being a little bit more aggressive tonight than they would be any other night. So, just like the Cup Series was, we had an excellent race last night. I'm sure you're going to see an excellent race in this series next week.
Awesome, man. Well, I guess I'll put you back up there, and we'll go ahead and try to grab this top 3.
User was moved out of your channel.
Wow.
Oh my God. What do you guys think about that last track there?
Truthfully, I'm kind of speechless. I mean, we've been seeing such great racing, and that just I don't know, man. I just don't know how to call that last one.
I just did the replay on it, and that's just craziness. The amount of clean running that they've been doing tonight, just to have that at the end of the race, I'm speechless.
User was moved.
There's the pace car.
We got third place, second place, and I'll be grabbing the winner here after we talk to these guys. We got Nathan Miller in third, Mark Vega finishing second here tonight. Guys, congratulations. Nathan, we saw you lead some laps up there earlier, and you and your team owner there. How was the race tonight, man? How do you feel about a third place finish?
Well, I'm disappointed in it only because we didn't get to race to the finish. It was going to be exciting. But other than that, I can't complain. I mean, I started 29th. I didn't qualify. Worked our way to the front. We nailed the pit strategy. We came in on that last lap just before the yellow came out for the caution clock. So Josh and I came out in first and second, and we were just sitting pretty. And then the cautions started to stack up, and it just kind of got us mired back a bit. We had a good time going 3 wide there at one point. Yeah, that was good. I mean, third place, I'll take it, you know?
And what was your vantage point on what happened there? What did you see happen on that last restart / caution cluster?
From my vantage point, it looked like the outside line came down on whoever was in first, and they just hooked, and that was it. I saw it happen, and I ducked low and was able to sort of avoid it. But yeah, I think the outside lane just kind of came down, trying to get as much of an advantage on the start as possible.
Wow, and congratulations to you finishing third, and congratulations on moving up to the field. I didn't see where you started, 22nd, 29th, 30th. That is a great run for you.
Yeah, thank you. I would have liked to qualify, but I like to kind of take my time on these super speedways anyway, so it sort of played into my style. So I just rode. The field did a great job during that first green flag run of being clean, so I was able to just keep my truck in one piece, which is important here. And then, like I said, we nailed that first that pit strategy on that first pit stop was key for me to get up to the front and kind of be up here for the rest of the race.
Bringing it home second place here, Mark Vega, through trials and tribulations, man, ends up taking home second place, man. We saw you up there a while, leading to quite a few laps, man. How do you feel about that second?
I feel great about it. I couldn't have done it without the help of my teammate, Justin Bland. He helped me out a lot. Good racing.
Yeah, it was definitely very aggressive there at the end, man. So just to make trying to make a good show, I guess. What was the strategy there at the end compared to the beginning?
We were riding in the beginning. Towards the end, it was all or nothing because we only had, with the caution before that, 15 laps, so we knew we had to get up there. Unfortunately, my teammate got dropped back a couple of positions. Trying to bring JBR home a win. 1 spot short.
Well, you can't be mad about a second. Obviously, if you finish a race at Daytona, you got to be happy, especially to finish second, man. We'll see you again next week, and I think it's been one hell of a race, man. Congratulations to you guys.
Thank you. Congrats to John.
User was moved out of your channel. User was moved out
We'll go ahead and grab that race winner here tonight. In Big Lane, we have Mr. John Schweikart.
What's up?
John, it was one hell of a race, man. Who would have thought that it came down to something like this, man, huh?
I mean, that's completely unfortunate, and freak shit's going to happen. Or, sorry for the word, but, I mean, freak stuff is going to happen. And you know what? I don't think that, I completely deserve the win, but a win is a win. Anytime you get one, just celebrate the hell out of it, and, you move on. But all in all, it was a great race. We ran a lot of green flag laps. There was a lot of new guys up front. There was veterans up front. It was a mix of everything. So everybody in ECR should just hold their head high. Obviously, it's not the finish that anybody wanted to see. Nobody. Not admin, not a driver, not a fan, nobody. But, hey, this isn't the season yet. We're close to it, but we're moving toward that, how we want the races to run. And, all in all, we'll call it a good night, call it success, and move on.
I can't disagree with you at all, man. You guys did the right thing. It was a great race. It was really fun to watch up here in the booth, and we learned a few things. We watched a few things unfold there, and all in all, man, you just had to be in front of it all when it happened, pretty much. And you guys made sure to have that happen. Your teammate there, Brian Wilderson, he was caught up in one of them accidents trying to work his way towards the front there, and just, it happened. He made a switch at the lane. They checked up really hard, and he got into the wall and was taken out. So yeah, again, it's just all about luck there, and really just unfortunate, man. And all in all, it's luck. And like you said, no matter how it unfolds, you have to be happy about a win here at Daytona. Congratulations again, man.
Thank you. You know what? I think that the reason why I got lucky tonight is because I got David Gross close right on the hood, the door, the rear. I mean, if you got a picture like that, a paint scheme like that, you can't go wrong, right?
I wish we had Mr. David Grosclose in TeamSpeak here tonight. Unfortunately, I do not see him, but I would love to get his word on how it feels to be in Victory Lane, even though he's not in Victory Lane.
Hey, you know what? One thing about ECR, I mean, we're serious when we're serious, but man, we know how to have a damn good time, right?
Absolutely. I'm gonna try to get back up here for this post-race meet and let these guys close down the show, guys. I really appreciated everything that's happened here tonight and was really amazed with this race, man.
Thanks for the broadcast. You guys did an excellent job, and I don't know about you guys, but I'm super, super stoked about this season coming up all across the board. I think a lot of good talent in this league, and we're gonna have a lot of fun.
Yeah, we as a broadcaster, definitely stoked about this season, especially if we're going to see more runs like this tonight. And I'm going to have Josh in here, Reverend Josh in here for pretty much the entire time for the broadcast booth, and it's going to be quite the show this season. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, that was the Daytona Trucks on practice, and that was during the daytime, of course. And the next time you will see a broadcast for the trucks from me will be on the 24th when the season goes live. So I'd like to thank all of you for watching, and if you want to see more of this ECR amazing league from the iRacing, go ahead and please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys later. And I would like to thank Josh Sheets for being in the booth with me tonight, and Anthony Thitchner. Josh, do you have any closing words?
I just want to tell everybody that the last restart was unfortunate, and it was not completely ECR racing. There's probably a malfunction or miscommunication happening, but we're going to get all that settled, and we're going to get everything tuned in right. That a couple of days ago we had an Xfinity race here at Daytona, and I made the same move that Jeremy Rubin made, and he called me out on it, so I'm going to call him out on it. So back to you, Jeremy. Hope whatever happened was a malfunction. It wasn't you. But anyway, great racing all in all, guys. And I appreciate watching it. I appreciate you, Scott, for broadcasting this. I appreciate you guys for watching and listening to us. And hopefully we'll have a lot more exciting moments here at ECR Truck Series.
Yes, I hope so too, and please don't forget, this season is being broadcasted to you guys from myself, Scotty B. Yeah, and it's going to be presented by the Rug Rack there in Chattanooga, and when their commercial comes up, they'll have the 800 number, and please check them out, and thank you guys again, and you guys all have a great night, and you have a great night yourself, Josh.
Yes, sir, everybody. See you until next time.